Radical.
Believe it or not, Cam Newton has a job. He's back in the NFL, and he's going to be a quarterback for none other than his former team, the Panthers. Yeah, he's so excited, he's out buying a dress right now to celebrate. Well, I don't know. He's not wearing dresses these days. I mean, he might still wear them in private, but that's one thing we know about Cam is his fashion sense. He is quite interesting when it comes to his fashion. In fact, there's a picture. I don't know if I used it as a thumbnail here, where he looks kind of like a cowboy, and he's there with David Tepper, owner of the Panthers. So this is interesting, because a lot of people wouldn't have guessed that there would be ever any situation to where a quarterback would go back to a team that they were cut from. No less it'd be Cam Newton going back to the Panthers. A little bit of history on this. Cam Newton was a quarterback for the Panthers, I think since 2010. They drafted him. In 2015, they even got to a Super Bowl, but it was kind of disappointing. A lot of people point to Cam Newton for not jumping on the ball. You know, a lot of people point to Von Miller and that defense swarming Cam at every opportunity. I point to the fact that, along with a couple other Super Bowls in recent memory, was rigged. I mean, whether or not the Broncos would have actually straight up beat the Panthers, it was rigged. And I'm not going to go into that because a lot of you might disagree, but that one actually was rigged. A lot of them actually are rigged, but that's just a part of the NFL. Recently we talked, okay, I'm going to keep on subject, but I could give you instances to where, some games are actually rigged. Now, him going back to the Panthers, what caused this was the realization that they currently had Sam Darnold as their quarterback. Now, they moved off of Teddy Bridgewater. They had him for a year, but apparently he wasn't good enough. So they moved off Teddy Bridgewater. He was a backup for the Saints. And now Teddy Bridgewater is doing pretty damn good in Denver. I mean, no one's going to, mistake him for a Patrick Mahomes type quarterback, but he's doing fairly good. A lot better than Sam Darnold, who a lot of people were looking at the first three games when Panthers were taking on trash teams, and they were 3-0, believe it or not. At one point, they were 3-0, mostly because of their amazing running back, Christian McCaffrey. They were 3-0. Everything was going good for Sam, but then he started losing and losing and losing, and now he's injured. So he's a losing quarterback. He's throwing interceptions. Worse, far worse than even Jameis Winston. And at least Jameis Winston will get you some touchdowns. But apparently Sam Darnold, he keeps seeing ghost. He passes more to the other team than he does the actual Panther players. And when asked Matt Rule if he was going to be their quarterback going forward, the answer you never want to hear is, not an emphatic. I forget exactly what he said, but Sam Darnold's not going to be their quarterback going forward. Now, they're still on the hook, I think, $19 million next year to pay Sam Darnold. Eeh. But Cam is back. He's back on the team that cast him aside. So I think this will be part of a revenge tour for Cam. We'll see what Cam can actually do, if he has any of that MVP left in him from 2015. I don't know. I personally don't know if he's going to be any good on the team. I know he'll be better than Sam Darnold. He will be leagues ahead of Sam Darnold, I can guarantee you. Even though he's not the most accurate quarterback, he's still got some legs. He can still run. His best days, probably, behind him. I don't have any idea that Cam Newton is going to magically transform the Panthers into a real contender, but I think it will let them into the playoffs. Because right now, the Atlanta Falcons, who are, I think, 4-4 or 4-5, something like that, they're in the playoff picture. So I guess they pulled the trigger getting Cam back, figuring, hey, you know what? We could maybe get in the playoffs, and maybe we can get lucky. Maybe there might be an injury to Tom Brady or the Packers quarterback or something, and maybe there's a possible way they could get their way back to the Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be crazy? So yeah, Cam Newton back with the Panthers, signing a one-year deal worth, I think, up to $10 million. The only question is, when he gets back on that field, is he going to be Superman, Super Cam, or more Clark Kent in a dress?